I bought a stupid thing. This is fantastic. Grown out of an armpit. Have in mind, do as I say and not as I do. Good morning, everybody. Why not start off this vlog with the most insane breakfast? I'm excited at least. These are leftover banana pancakes I made this weekend, and with it we have some caramel and peanut butter. Let's dig in. Calm down. I do have a recipe. I'll put it in the description. So for lunch, I have another little anti-food waste. Here I'm eating all my leftovers from my fridge. Turned over my pasta into this green goddess dressing, which works really well for salads, but also turns out with pasta. This week started with a trip to Copenhagen. I'm working on a documentary project, Havets Spøgelser, aka Ghosts of the Sea, about ghost gear in Danish waters. And today I'm having a strategy meeting with the team. I also ripped my pocket right off my coat on the way there, so that's great. Anyway, this is our first meeting this year, and we have a lot to do.
Spørgsmål til landbruget. Det er nemmere at lave spørgsmål til... Måske er der bare to forskellige kategorier her, altså repræsentant for landbrugslobbyen og landmænd på jorden.
After the meeting, I did some editing, and right when I was about to take my little aesthetic working from the cafe picture, this big-ass truck obstructed the view, so I guess never mind. I stopped by Bistro Verde for dinner. It's an all-vegan restaurant in Copenhagen, and I'm a big fan of their carbonara with cashews. I have it every other time I'm visiting, I feel like, so if you're ever in town, I highly recommend. And after dinner, I checked into my hotel. Don't worry, I'm just as tired as I look. Now I have some work to do, but there's also a distinct possibility that I will take the loveliest everything shower. And now that I'm here and the quality is so good, let me show you some of the green flags that I've seen in this hotel room so far.
Fair trade coffee and sugar. Very nice. Oh, and the tea is vegan. How about that?
Also, no tiny packets of soap. Instead, we're using refill options. Love to see it.
And a little lecture on water consumption, which, isn't necessarily a sustainability action because you're not doing anything. You're just telling your guests to do something. But I still kind of appreciate it in its own way. It's just not a sustainability thing, but that's okay too. Because when people go on holiday and vacation, we just tend to use more resources because we don't have to pay for the resources. There's not going to be like a specific water or electricity bill. And it shows on the way we use resources when we're vacationing. So from that perspective, I can kind of appreciate it. Overall, the bathroom is just incredibly aesthetic. Don't mind if I do. And here we have some snacks, red wine, some crisps, some chocolate and marzipan, and some licorice, especially the salty one. Sounds interesting. I'm not usually like a mini bar type of person. The markup on this stuff is crazy. I think we're gonna have a little piece of licorice.
This is the last thing a salty licorice sees before it dies.
Okay, so I'm back home because firstly, I didn't actually bring my camera, so I was recording on my phone. And also the lighting was insane. So to progress in this video, I thought, let's wait until we get back home. And I brought the licorice because I already had a little bite of it and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I never buy things from the minibar, but it said salty licorice and I am Danish. I love licorice with a burning passion. The saltier, the better. If it can taste like it's been living in an armpit, it's from Licorice by Boulot. And this is completely vegan, which I love to see. A lot of licorice tends to be vegan, so win-win for me. And when I saw this, it just looks and feels like a rubber pipe or something for a bicycle. It's a salty one. I haven't tasted the sweeter one, but we're gonna give this a go and I'm gonna try to explain the flavor. You sort of see the slow progression of flavor. It's mild to begin with, and then you sort of get to the top of the roller coaster, and then it goes absolute apeshit. This is not the saltiest licorice I've had because I love the ones that are like this, and then there's also salt on top of it, but it's somehow still the most intense flavor of licorice that I've ever had. I'm excited. I'm a licorice fan. Let me know down below if you are too a licorice fan. I usually get like pick and mix where I can bring my own little bag for my sweets, and then I just do licorice, but not the kind of American licorice, the sort of Twistless-esque licorice, because I would classify that as a gummy. Scandinavian licorice specifically. If it tastes like it's been living or grown out of an armpit, that's what we want. Okay. I can only imagine how many tourists that have had this from the minibar who has had like just the worst time, who has not been having a good time whatsoever. Oh, 40% recycled packaging. Ooh. Anyway, we need to fix my coat today because I still haven't worked on it, and we're gonna do that together. I want to take a walk today, and it's my warmest coat, so we're gonna do something. Anyway, go team. So I started this the dumbest way possible. This is what you're not supposed to do. So I sewed the pocket on, bringing the thread from the front and all the way through the coat, in the inner lining of the coat. But I quickly realized that I would have to redo all of it because it pulled on the fabric of the coat and it looked terrible. So here's what you're supposed to do instead. Look at me giving people advice on this when I make these kind of mistakes. Oh my god. Anyway, I ran the thread through the first layer of the coat only and then pulled it back to the surface again. This way it won't be visible from the inside of the coat, and since the thread is almost the same color as the coat, it won't draw much attention in general. Is this the best solution with my skill set? I would say so. And it works, and that's what matters the most. Can you imagine throwing away a coat because of something that can be repaired this easily? Poppycock is what it is. You have no idea how much I've been looking forward to lunch. We are making pita with some vegan steak I had from last night. It's the one from Lidl's own brand, and I really like it, especially if you cut it up into bits like this. And it's calling for a little pita moment, I would say, these leftovers. So we have all the trimmings, including the dressing, which is mandatory in this house. I'm just adding all the green leftovers from the last few days so they don't go to waste. I'ma just hold my pita in place while I go and get my crispy chili oil from the fridge. That's it. Okay, I think I just won lunch. Already looking fab. Look at her. She's a beaut. You know what? I'm having the best time. Welcome back to what the hell is happening in this house. I have some new things to show you that I have acquired with intention. The first thing that I want to talk about is something that I gave myself as a birthday present. I turned 32 1st of February, and I found something on Facebook Marketplace, and I am plenty excited about it. It's a piece of art that we are hanging today. Oh, she's a beauty. She's big. Can you see? She is big. It's called the Wave Kiss because they're in the ocean. It's so nice. It is by a Danish artist, and I have been wanting a print, not just a poster, mind you, but this is a lithography, so it has to be signed and in a limited quantity. And I've been wanting one for years. This is by the artist Henry Herup, and he is one of the great Danish artists. I recently saw a full tribute exhibition to his art, his work, his sculptures, etc. And I've been wanting a lithography from him for ages. But whenever something has been available, it's still been too much of an investment for me to just grab it on a whim. These kinds of prints are usually priced around the 300-400 euro mark. And I found this for a whopping 60 euros. We'll hang it today, but then I'll take it down again because there is a little bug that is squished in the frame. This is not like, it's a nice to have and not a need to have thing, I am aware. And hanging something means that we have to go into the nail box to find a nail that matches. I inherited this box of nails. Oh yeah, this was dumb. Ah! There we go. There we go. As you can see, not necessarily the most practical, but it just brings me joy. Okay, we're just gonna wing it, as always. Nice. It may look like it's hung a bit high, but I have a feeling I'm gonna place something there, so it's gonna make sense. Then I found this little plant holder in a thrift shop this weekend, and I don't know if it's supposed to stay here. I'm gonna move it, but I like how it elevates the plants and gives me a little bit more room in the windowsill. And then I honestly just think the furniture piece in and of itself is pretty interesting. So clearly I'm not done thrifting, and I have a feeling today is the day. So I'm hitting 3 stores in my local area. Actually, I'm just looking for some terracotta flower pots for my garden, but let's see what we find. Instantly I ran into this lovely fondue set and this horror in the background. Not the zucchini pasta, no. I also saw this puff, and I'm looking for something a little bit similar to this, but not quite this one. And ceramics is my greatest weakness. We know this by now. And this painting was actually stunning. I would have gotten it if it wasn't 120 euros. So I really hope it finds a good home because it's gorgeous. Then I found these teak sculptures, which I could not put down, and more ceramics. Big shocker. Also glass, another weakness, mainly because I enjoy doing a lot of plating and recipe development, and I basically see the dish that fits into the tableware as I discover it in the store, which is something all hoarders say, I can imagine. This store actually has some quite nice Danish design classics in good condition, so why anyone would spend the same amount of money in IKEA when this is right there is just truly beyond me, sorry. Anyway, enough of that, I will show you everything that I bought as well. Okay, now yesterday in the thrift store, things got out of hand. I'll be the first to admit that. I found some things that just, and there are tons of things that I didn't buy as well. There are so many cute, fun things, and I know they're gonna find great homes, all of them, because they were fantastic. I know for a fact that you can overconsume thrifted goods. Like, we have to be conscious with whatever we buy, no matter where we get it from. When it comes to secondhand clothing, for instance, I have a whole video on that. And that is all something that we have in mind. I love decorating so much, so when I find something that just fits perfectly, I know I don't technically need more vintage bowls. I'ma get them. I didn't find a flower pot that wasn't like super colorful, very Y2K. I'm not into it. I just needed a terracotta flower pot. I couldn't find that, so we're just gonna, the search continues. I did find a bunch of other stuff as well, and something that we will be picking up today that I actually need. Okay, anyway, my partner said that it was an ashtray, but I found it with the plates and the cutlery, and there were like 10 of them. If it has small little legs, thrift store prices in my area, I'm very far from Copenhagen, where they're much higher. Around my area, they're very down to earth. This was 2.5 euros. It's just a ceramic mug, but it's really good quality. I almost dropped it there, so that's great. So I might give it away to someone in sort of like a little gift basket. I bought a stupid thing. I'm not perfect. Okay. 10 euros. But I thought this could be really fun to hang on the wall. An old washing board. When I showed these purchases to my partner yesterday, I stand 100% behind all of them, except this one where I kind of know this wasn't necessary. Now, before I show you the thing that I am the most excited about, let me show you something else. I have a chair. It's a very classic, timeless style. I think I can do a lot of different stuff with this. On the more expensive end, I think I paid 30 quid for this. So there's that. I have a good idea for a temporary place for this, but the overall vision is that this is going into what I will turn into a wine cellar. That's also what we're gonna go and pick up. It's a shelf system for the wine cellar. I am gonna paint it red. It's gonna be fantastic. Whenever I speak about my plans, my intentions to take a room in the basement and paint it red, people assume I'm going in a very different direction. And when I say wine cellar, they go, oh, okay. The thing that I'm most excited about, I already showed you in the clip where I found them. There's a good chance that they might just be someone's souvenir, but I don't think that they just came from some mass-produced shop. First of all, it's teak. It's also cut from one piece, and they are similar. They are meant to be the same, but they are not quite the same. There are some small differences that make me think that all of these were handmade. Can you see, like they're almost the same, but there are just some small differences here and there. These were 11 euros each, and I immediately thought, okay, I think this is worth more. I have a feeling, simply because of the craft that's gone into it. So I looked online a little bit and found some places that sell these. They're from the 1950s to 1970s, and they are worth a lot more than 11 quid. Okay, but I think they're just really cool. It almost looks liquid, and it's just one piece of wood. So I don't know yet if I'm gonna keep them together. I'm gonna decorate with them in different rooms. They could be really fun having books in between them or something. This is something you don't see every day. At least I haven't seen anything like this in a thrift store before. Now, lastly, let me show you what happened, or what has happened to the basement. This is a little room that we have downstairs, and I want to turn it into a wine cellar, and I feel like I'm doing okay so far. We have some thrifted vintage pieces, but can you imagine if I painted this room red? How absolutely gorgeous that would be. Here's the little washing board. I ended up putting it in here. I don't think it matches very well, but maybe it does a little bit. It's just gonna stay here. Anyway, this is where we're at with this little basement room. And I've been looking forward to this all fucking week. So this is the very backyard of my house. Literally, I am 2 minutes away from home. This is the entire reason why we bought this place to begin with, to be this close to nature. And I really needed that. I'm so excited about the light coming back, the temperatures being warmer. And oh, look at that. We find a little piece of trash. We pick it up, right? That's what we do. Anyway, this is the first run in a very, very, very long time for me, but I'm so stoked. Look, I'm just going at it. I don't even know what I'm listening to right here, but I am definitely feeling it. Just a small 2K to get started, but now I can't wait to get back out here. I'm here with my lunch and I am so happy to dig in. This is just all the leftovers from this week that I thought, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna put all of it together. Let me take you guys through it. On this plate, I have some carrots, some green goddess dressing, some fresh avocado, some lettuce, 4 vegan nuggets, and a rice dish that I made yesterday. Very lovely. Okay, and this little number is like a mini baguette with more green goddess dressing on top and on the bottom, vegan deli slices and vegan cheese on it. Let me just have some of the rice. I made a red curry sauce with it, with coconut milk and lime. Love that. Oh yeah, carrot and green goddess dressing. I made the dressing in the beginning of the week and I've just been having it for basically every meal. It's avocado, olive oil, oat-based creme fraiche. It's lime juice, basil, chives, parsley. What else is in it? Just a whole thing. Lots of spinach as well. Blend that all up and I've used it, as you've seen, on my pasta. I've used it on salads. Hidden veggies, I tell you. Not that I need to hide them from myself, but... Anyway, that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and take really good care of yourselves. Until next time. Bye.